Hello, my name is Reni Arias, and today I'm going to share with you the second questionnaire that we need to share. So, what I'm going to do, pretty much as in the last video, I'll be reading the questions and I'll be giving the answers as well. So, the first question that I have right here is, what is language? Is the method of human communication, either spoken or written, consisting of the use of words in a structured and conventional way. What two skills must the student acquire in order to master the sound system of language? Before I had phonetics and phonology, but I did some research and I found out that the answer is that first, they must be able to recognize the sounds when they hear them, distinguishing them from similar sounds in their native language that they may consider identical. The second one is they must be able to reproduce them satisfactorily themselves. Sorry, let's turn off. Number 3 is, what is phonetics? And is a branch of linguistics that studies the sound of human speech, or in the case of sign languages, the equivalent aspect of sign. What is acoustic phonetics? Is the study of the physical properties of speech and aims to analyze sound wave signals that occur within speech through varying frequencies, amplitudes, and durations. What is articulatory phonetics? Is a subfield of phonetics that studies articulation in ways that humans produce speech. It is the articulator's study. Number 6. What is phonology? Is a branch of linguistics concerned with the systematic organization of sounds in spoken languages, in signs in sign languages. What is a phoneme? A phoneme is a unit of sound that distinguishes one word from another in a particular language. Number 8. What are allophones? An allophone is one of a set of multiple possible spoken sounds or signs used to pronounce a single phoneme in a particular language. What is an phonetic alphabet? Is a set of symbols or codes used to show what a speech sound or letter sounds like. What is the difference between broad and narrow transcription? Broad transcription indicates only the most noticeable phonetic features of an utterance, whereas narrow transcription encodes more information about the phonetics variations of the specific allophones in the utterance. 12. Where is speech produced? At first, I had the lungs, that it is produced by an airstream from the lungs which goes through the trachea and the oral cavity and nasal cavity. I have right here also that it is produced in the throat, mouth, and nasal passage. What provides the airflow to support speech? The lungs. 14. What is larynx? It is colloquially known as the voice box. It is a box-like small structure situated in the front of the throat where there is a protuberance. 15. What are the vocal cords? Are folds of tissue in the throat that are key in creating sounds through vocalization. Are like a pair of lips placed horizontally from front to back. They are joined in the front but can be separated at the back. 16. What is the difference between a voiced sound and a voiceless sound? When a sound is voiceless, the folds are wide apart and they don't vibrate. Meanwhile, when a sound is voiced, the folds are touching or nearly touching and they vibrate. 17. What is the glottis? The glottis is the space between the vocal cords. What is the principal source of modification of the airstream issuing from the larynx? I have right here the vocal cords, but I did some research and I also see that the tongue can be. So how can we divide the parts of the throat and the lower head that are accessible to the airstream? I have this one right here. We can divide these parts into 3 groups: resonating cavities or vocal tract, articulators, and point of articulation. 20. How are the air passages above the larynx known? The vocal tract. It can be divided into the oral tract and the nasal tract. They are also known as resonating cavities. 21. What is the pharynx or the pharyngeal cavity? Is the part of the throat behind the mouth in nasal cavity, and above the esophagus and larynx, the tubes going down to the stomach and the lungs. 22. What is the function of the epiglottis? It's a leaf-shaped flap in the throat that keeps food from entering the windpipe and the lungs. So you don't choke when you're eating something like that. 23. What is the greatest source of modification of the airstream? I have right here, the oral cavity. 24. What are the articulators? Which are they? The articulators are also known as vocal organs, are the different parts in the vocal tract. They are the ones that produce the sounds of language. I have right here pharynx, teeth, upper and lower, the alveolar ridge, the hard palate, soft palate or volume, the lips, upper and lower, the tongue, the nose, and its cavity. There are so many articulators that are not mentioned here, but those are the principles. So I have 25. How is the tongue divided? It is divided into 5 parts: the tip, the blade, the front, the back, and the root. 26. What are the points of articulation or place of articulation? I have right here lips, upper and lower, teeth, upper and lower, alveolar ridge, hard palate, soft palate, uvula, epiglottis, and pharynx. 27. How are the consonants classified according to the place of articulation, and define them? First that I have is bilabial. It is when you block or constrict airflow out of the mouth by bringing your lips together. Labiodental occur when blocking airflow by curling your lower lip back and raising it to touch your upper row of teeth. Linguodental, when the tongue is contacting the teeth. Linguoalveolar, produced with the tongue contacting the upper alveolar ridge. Lingua palatal, produced with the tongue contacting the hard palate. Lingua velar, produced with the tongue contacting the velum. And glottal, produced by completely or partially constricting the glottis. 28. Are all the vowels voiced or voiceless? They are all voiced. 29. How can the vowels be described? First, they are normally made with the airstream that meets no obstruction in the mouth, pharyngeal and nasal cavities. On the articulatory level, the description of vowels notes changes from the stability of articulation, the tongue position, the lip position, and their length. For the stability of articulation, we have diphthongs, monophthongs. By the tongue position, we have forward, backward, up, down, front vowel, front retracted, central, back vowel, back advanced, close, open vowels, mid vowels. By the lip position, we have unrounded and rounded. And the length, long and short. And also by the level of tension, they can be relaxed or tensed. 31. What does the distinctive quality of sound of any vowel result from? Lip position, tongue position, and lower jaw. What is a major element of every syllable? The nucleus, sometimes called the peak. 33. What is a diphthong? Is a sound that is made up of two separate vowel sounds within the same syllable. It is a vowel in which there is noticeable sound change within the same syllable. Which are the distinctive diphthongs? Centering diphthongs and closing diphthongs. 35 is which are the distinctive diphthongs in modern American English. I have right here like a chart with the diphthongs, but I have the first one that moves toward a high from vowels. The second one usually starts with a very similar quality to that at the beginning of high, and the third one we can use an in boy. And see if you'll be able to see it. Those are the ones that I have right here. Okay, so I have 37. How can consonants be classified according to the manner of articulation? I have right here stop, characterized by complete obstruction of the outgoing airstream by the articulators, a build-up of intraoral air pressure, and a release. Fricative, produced by forcing the breath stream through a constriction formed by articulators in the vocal tract. Affricate, characterized as having both a fricative and the stop manner of production. Nasal, refers to a consonant produced with complete closure in the oral cavity along with a lowered volume to allow airflow through the nasal cavity. Liquid is a generic label used to classify two English approximant consonants, R and L. So actually when we were in class, the professor was saying that liquid, it's like imaginary. You need to imagine that your mouth is full of liquid, and that's the sound that you're going to produce. R, something like that. Glide, it's the last one, and is characterized by continued gliding motion of the articulators into the following vowel, also referred to as a semivowel. That's all the question right here. We have to draw the vowel chart. I have it right here. I'll be uploading my photos of the questionnaire, but I have to share it here because I jumped that number because of that. That is 30, question 30. And the last one, that is 38, we had to draw the consonant chart. The consonant chart. And that's the one that I have right here, because when I was doing my research, there wasn't like an exact chart as in vowels, because vowels are placed right here because that is the way that we pronounce them: high, low, mid, central, and all that. But in consonants, it's like to classify where is the place of articulation, how is the manner of articulation, and if the consonant is voiced or voiceless. So I did this chart. It was done by me, but I classified them very well and distinctive. Thank you.